So, you want to beat a demon. You want to just start slaying all those demons, and you want to do it fast. Well, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about beating demons. And you know, some are just more efficient than others. So in this video, we're just going to go over how I go about beating demons. Like my techniques, my strategies, how I go about beating demons. So let's just start off and find a demon that we want to beat. So we're going to search up some easy demons, right? So let's say we want to do Platinum Adventure, right? This is a great one to start with. So when you see a demon that you think that you want to do, the first thing you're going to do is just hit it with a few attempts in normal mode, right? Play it a few times and see where you can get, right? You want to take a look at this beginning part and just see how it looks, right? And think to yourself, is this something I can do? Can I pass the beginning part, right? Just analyze it, right? And then you gotta think, alright, so this part seems easy enough, so we can assume that the rest of the level is gonna be like similar difficulty. So if you think, right, like with enough practice, I could probably do the whole thing, you want to move on to practice mode. So you're going to play over the same level with practice mode on, right? And a lot of people say that you want to turn off auto checkpoints because that's not good for practice, right? You want to practice each part in its entirety and not just place random checkpoints wherever. You want to be able to manually place your checkpoints. But personally, I think you want to keep auto checkpoints on the first time you do your practice run, because all you want to do for this practice run is you just want to see the whole level, right? You just want to be able to see the entire level for what it is. There's no real practice going on right now. All you're doing is just trying to see the whole level. Right? And you want to analyze each part and see like if there's stuff you want, if there's stuff you have to learn. Like oh, this part needs memory, and oh, this part maybe I have to learn some timings and stuff. You want to keep an eye out for things that you need to learn in the level, because that's going to help you later, right? So just analyze each part and see if there's anything that you have to learn to get through it, right? So you finished your practice run, and you've seen the whole level in its entirety. So now you gotta think again, right? Each part, as I said before, you gotta keep an eye out for anything that you need to learn, so you know basically everything that goes on in the level. And then you gotta think again, right? With all this stuff that I know, can you learn this, right? Can you learn every different part, and maybe be able to beat it, right? It's not about like, is it easy? It's about, can you possibly, with enough practice, complete these parts, right? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you're going to start your practice. So what most people like to do is use practice mode for practice, but personally, I like to use copyables, right? So if a level is copyable, you can click this button and maybe it'll allow you to copy for free, or there's a password, right? You can search up the password on like Google if you want. But if you can't find the password, there's always the option of just finding copyable versions, right? So you can search up the copyable version of the level. So for example, I can search up Platinum Adventure copyable, but it won't let me type anymore, so just Platinum Adventure C, right? And you're just going to take a look at the one that you find, and you know, just play it in practice mode, and make sure that it's exactly the same as the real version, right? Because sometimes the copyable version may be a little different, or maybe the original level got an update and the copyable version is like outdated, right? So just play it and make sure that it's exactly the same as the actual level. So if this copyable version is exactly the same as the real level, you can just go ahead, click this copyable button, and make a clone, right? Lucky for me, I've already made a copyable version. I have one right here. So just find a copyable and just copy it, or if you know the password to the actual level, you can copy that. Then what you do once you have your copyable version is just open it up in the editor, right? So here in the editor, what you gotta do is you gotta think back to your practice session, and you gotta see, okay, so there were those parts that I have to practice. Think about the harder parts, the parts where you have to learn something maybe, right? And you want to find those parts. So let's just say I want to learn this ball part right here because it has a little bit of memory, right? So if I want to practice this ball part right here, what you'll do is you'll go over to where the triggers are, and you'll find the start position, and you can place the start position wherever you want to start your practice. So if I place mine right here, that means the level will start right there, and I don't have to do the rest, and then I should be able to practice this part, you see? So now with the start position, I'm able to start at exactly the part that I want to practice. And the way that this is better than practice mode is because, so if you don't use the auto restart when playing the actual level, because practice mode actually, it has auto restart automatically, and there's no way to change that, right? It doesn't show you this screen to either restart or exit the level. It just starts automatically, right? So if you don't use auto restart in normal mode, then practice mode really will mess with your flow, right? And also you can use the regular music as well. There is a hack that you can use that lets you use the regular song in practice mode. But if you don't want to go through the whole thing of like installing hacking clients or whatever, you can just play with the copyable. So here I can just practice this ball part and learn everything there is to know about it. And you know, I can learn the whole thing. Another thing you can do with copyables is do a practice run, right? So you start from a certain point and end at a certain point and do a full run or whatever. Like I can do this part, I can do this starting from this ball part all the way to 100 if I want, right? Just to practice the whole thing, right? So what you just gotta do is just practice any part that you think you're gonna have to practice, any part where there's memory or timings or just anything where you have to learn in general. That's where you're gonna use your copyable and your start position in order to learn the whole thing, right? So now you've done basically all your practice with the level. You've practiced every single part. You know everything there is to know. And once you've done that, now all that there's left to do is to just actually go and beat the level, alright? So you know everything that there is to know. You've memorized all the memory. So now you can go back to the real level and beat it, right? So you just click on this button and just start playing the level, right? And you gotta remember that even if you have memorized everything, even if you have learned the entire level, you're still gonna die at different parts. You're gonna find different parts that you end up dying to, even if you never died there in practice. That's just a thing that comes with beating demons. Everyone experiences it, and it's something you just have to do. It's something that you just have to get over, right? And one big thing about beating demons is like, you have to just do it. Like, if you keep on dying, you just have to click this restart button and just keep on playing, right? That's an important thing that I found. Is like, just keep on. Once you've learned the whole thing, there's nothing left to do except play, right? And sometimes while you're playing the level, maybe you'll find something like, oh, I keep dying there. I wonder what's up with that, right? Maybe you can go back to your copyable afterwards and say, okay, I don't know what's going on with that part. I'm going to practice it again, right? And then, you know, you just go back to your copyable, you know, go back to the previous stuff. Just practice that part and learn it again. And then you come back to the level and beat it, right? Yeah, just keep on playing the level and eventually you will beat it. See, look. Boom, I just beat it, right? That's all there is to it, you know? So yeah, that's all there really is to beating a demon, right? You play it in normal mode, go through practice run, play it with your copy bowl, and then play it in normal mode, and then beat it, right? So I hope this tutorial just helped you to understand all the basic steps required for beating demons, right? And hopefully with this knowledge in your mind, you can beat a whole bunch of demons real quickly. Just slay them one by one, you know? So that is going to be it for this video. If you liked the video, like this video, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss another one of my weekly uploads, because I upload every Wednesday now, right? Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I will see you in the next video.